Hi everybody, it's Sydney with This Humble Hearth. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make little Valentine's Day gnomes. The things you're going to need for this craft are things like socks, felt, embroidery thread, an assortment of buttons. Mine just come from either the thrift store, the dollar store, leftovers from friends, etc. And you're especially going to want these little wooden beads. I found mine in my local dollar store quite a while ago, but they are perfect for the little noses and little hands. You're also not going to want to forget your glue gun. You're going to need some fillers from your gnomes. This is just left over from a sensory box I did with my son a while ago, so I'm going to be using this to fill my socks today. You're going to want some materials for your beard. I like to use yarn. However, my mom actually found this laying around her craft stash pile and gave it to me to use, so I'm going to try this out today, but I've always used yarn in the past. I've seen people make the ones with these beards, but I've never personally given it a try. The first thing you're going to want to do, or what I like to do, is sit down and make some hats. Now, I like to make a couple at a time because it's easy when I'm sitting down and I'm like in the groove of doing this sewing. Now, if you're not familiar with sewing, hand sewing, this is a blanket stitch. I will do a separate video on hand sewing stitches, specifically for small handicraft, a little bit later. The next thing I like to do, if I haven't already embroidered this, I'm gonna wait and put the buttons on afterwards. So the next thing I like to do is fill my socks, because then I can fit the hat on the sock and see how it's gonna look, and it really just kind of, I can envision how I want to decorate the gnome a little bit better once that part is done. So these socks I just got from the Dollar Tree, and it's a 2-pack, which is extra nice because a 2-pack means I actually get 4 socks, 4 gnomes for $1.25. Now I'm just gonna start doing one with the stripes and one with the hearts, just to try each one, see how it looks. So to fill up my sock, I'm just gonna fill it up. As you're filling up your sock, you're gonna want to kind of take it and bang it, plop it down, and just kind of shape it until you get like the gnome shape that you want. That's rounder at the base and narrower at the top. So once you've filled and plopped and filled and plopped until you've got your desired shape, you're just going to take a small little elastic and give it a ponytail. Also, if you have kids, filling this size of sock with the bean and rice mixture makes an excellent bean bag. And you can either sew or elastic the top. But as you can see here, we've got 2 little bit different sizes. This one's more short and plump, and this one's more tall and slender. I identify with the short and plump one. And next we're gonna try on some hats. The second thing I like to do is get the beard on. So I'm gonna do one beard with yarn and one beard with the faux fur, if you wanna call it. I think I'm gonna do the short and stubby one with the yarn and the long and slender one with the fabric. So I'll get started with this one first. So you're gonna want your beard to come from the bottom of your hat down a little bit past the base of the sock. So you can see here I need about this much yarn. So I'm just gonna take the end here, measure out about that. And then that looks to be, I think I'm gonna wrap it around my fingers, but a little bit loosely so I get extra. And I'm just gonna do this until I have a big, the bigger the better, a big wad of yarn around my fingers. So once you have your desired amount of beard, you're just going to cut your string and then cut another piece of string. And you're going to take your piece of string and feed it up through your beard. And then you're going to take it off your hand. I should have taken off my ring before I did this. It's a bad idea. Once it's off, you're gonna tie a tight knot. Then while you hold on where you just tied, you're gonna take your scissors and you're going to cut your loops. Once you've trimmed all your loops, you're going to want to find your middle space right there. So kind of take where you tied it and open it the opposite way or halfway. And you're just going to kind of want to spread it out like this. And this is because we want to cut Gnome's beard kind of like in a triangular shape. So we want it to be like pointier down here and go up on the sides. So it's just easier to do that if you lay out your yarn. Now, I've never worked with this material before, but I'm just gonna try and wing it to what I think would work. At this point, I'll sometimes try on a nose just to get a better idea of what it's going to look like. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just take my glue gun and attach the beards. And I'm going to start with this guy. The beards and hats, I should say. Hats and beards all at the same time. So for this gnome, I'm actually going to glue the beard on first. I'm going to have it exactly where I want it there. To be honest, I don't even know if I want to trim this. It's too cute. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is glue the hat on. And depending on how big that belly button, I guess, can get on the back, I have had to glue it down before, but I don't think I'm gonna have to waste my glue here this time. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Look how cute. Okay. So let's move on to our next one, which is going to be a yarn gnome, which I am more used to making. So again, I just kind of see where it's going to go, and then I take the hat off, and I just glue, usually a big dab right about there. These ones you have to hold it for a minute. So, oh my god, this one's just cute too. Okay. The next thing that I'm gonna do, and it's probably my most favorite part to do, is I'm going to embellish the hats. Okay, now that these guys have some cute embellishments on their hats, we're gonna add their noses. Because he has his nose on now, I like to give him a trip to the barber. So I'm just gonna push up his beard and put some glue underneath so it stays that way. And I just like the way this makes the whiskers around the nose stand up and kind of adds a bit more character to the gnome's face. So I'm just going to brainstorm here for a minute and figure out how I'm going to get their little hands on. So what I've done is I've taken 1/4 of a pipe cleaner and then I'm folding that in half. And that's gonna be our little arms. It would be ideal if you had a pipe cleaner that was already this color, and then you wouldn't need to glue your felt. Okay, so to glue your arm in, you're gonna take your loose ends, these two, and kind of line them up as best you can with the edge of the fabric, because you want a little bit of extra here, because that's gonna kind of like fold over the hand that we glue in. So that's all you're gonna do, and then you're just gonna roll it up and add more glue. Finish gluing it, and try not to burn yourself. Okay, so once you've finished gluing together your arms, you're gonna wanna glue in your little hands, and these are just the smaller version of the nose bead, and I literally just take them and kind of put glue on them a little bit and plop them in. Okay, and I'm gonna just turn this guy on his side and glue that kind of under the brim just ever so slightly to try and hide the cuff of the arm essentially. Okay, last but not least, we're gonna give these guys something to hold. beads. And you can use embroidery thread for this if you want. I love using twine. Any excuse to use twine, I will use it. So I'm just gonna kind of not use this curly bit right here. The more straight pieces. This could be holding a little tiny banner here. Okay. And what I've actually done is I went through my beads and got some X's and O's. So that's what I want him to be holding. Okay, I apologize. My phone ran out of space, so I had to airdrop some things over. But I did get this guy done. He looks super cute. So basically all I did was I took double the length between the hands. And then I put the beads on. Those ones I have XOXO. This one I'm gonna have the word love. So you wanna just do your beading and put a knot before and after each letter. Now, I put the E on backwards. Hold on. So now we have our word, and we're just gonna trim our twine and glue to the hands so that it looks like our little gnome here is holding the beautiful little banner. And that is it for my Valentine's Day gnomes. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more Valentine's and other celebration crafts.